Hello, everyone. Hello, everyone. It is me, Audrey Lane. So, I'm going to start off by saying the date. Today is Tuesday, November 23rd, 2021. And I am still on thankfulness and gratefulness, basically. Um, man, I was sitting talking with God about, like, God, keep me my genuine self. Keep me where you need me to, be for you. Um, I want to be able to motivate out to help people on this part of what I do. Um, it literally is a journal process for me. However, I'm finding that it does speak to people and help them with themselves. So I need to know more about doing the motivational side of things. Because to be honest with you guys, I just speak my truth. I'm here to speak my truth. And if I can motivate you, the one thing I will tell you is to speak your truth. You know, I'm a person who, I'm on YouTube. I have a couple motivational women. I have one lady who attended my church and is a grace coach, a motivational speaker. And I find for myself, the best motivation that you can ever do is to be who you are. I love all of these women. I love their motivation that they give out. I love how they do it. But I do find that each and every one of them are unique and different, but they're themselves. So I can only be who I am, and that's Audrey Lane. So if I can motivate you by just being who I am, the one thing I can tell you is to be who you are. It's good to have, instructions. It's good to have people who we can kind of follow after. It's good for us to have where people can actually, like, hey, let me help you in this area. And I've been finding that out that today, oh, my hands are ashy, but I found out today that, I had someone, because I had prayed a while ago, like, God, please help me. Please send people my way that can help me with what it is you need me to do. Because I do know, yes, I get a lot of just calmness, stillness, peace, and joy from being myself here on my channel, my journal process. However, I do know that speaking the truth out of my truth is helping people, like, wow, I went through that same thing and I didn't know how to get over it. I'm still stuck in something and I didn't know how to go about doing it. The only thing I can tell you is it takes growth. It takes God, that he will work on you. He will work in you. I I don't want to be something that I'm not. I had to pray and ask God on this one, because I know I can be a little bit animated at times. I'm learning how to fix my face in certain things, um, like it's facial expressions. But I really am, like, I want people to know, and more importantly for me, knowing who I am now and getting to know who I am. I want to stay real. I don't never want to get on here and perform. That's not, God doesn't need a performer. He needs my genuine, real self and who I am in him and who I am to myself now. It's amazing. So I don't want to give you something that's false, you know. However, God did send people. I'm sorry, y'all, it's a little bit chilly. I just came in from, I had to go run to the store. But I was asking God to send people my way that can help me. And this morning I was reading in my book of how he's going to send signs. He's going to send things. Basically, it was like, be on the lookout for when he shows up today. He's going to do it all throughout the day. So in my head, I have a customer who is on a really popular radio station here in our city, in the city of Philadelphia. And I don't know how he came to my mind, but he came to my mind, and I just started smiling. And don't you know, about like an hour or so later, he comes in the door. Now, yes, he's there often, but it was just really where I'm like, I started laughing and chuckling because it was like, God, you said this morning in the book and everything that I have that I read, and then here it is, it pops in my head, and then he comes in. And he immediately, normally he comes in and he walks around. He always speaks, always say hi, ways of saying at me. But he came directly over to me and said, hey, I've been watching your videos, and, you know, I want you to go about doing some things like this and doing it. And are you open for critiques? And I'm like, yeah, like, come on now, bring them all in. Like, let me know. Because, you know, I love instructions. And right now, if I am trying to learn, because it's not just where you be like, oh, if God is telling you to do something, God will give you all that. Well, he did. He gave me people like him who's been doing it for years on how to structure things. You know, sit down with me and give me info. I'm like, when's your next day off? When do you have some time off? And I started telling him, all right, good. Well, I have this time off, and we're going to meet up. And I'm going to take my book, and I'm going to open up my ears and my heart for learning, because it's a pleasure. This man is just so wonderful. And I adore his wife. But yeah, so I cannot wait for it. And it's so funny. I was like smiling and laughing, but I'm a smiler and a laugher. And I think he kind of gets that. But I was more so like chuckling, because it was like, God, you just said this. You literally just said it. Like, be on the lookout. I'm going to be sending signs your way. So that was one. Another young lady who I cannot wait. Well, one, I'm going to have him on my podcast side. So I'm already claiming it, that I will have him on my podcast side. He is the bomb. He's the bomb. But one of my other friends, she is watching some of the stuff, and she texts me like, hey, I have some info for you. She started sharing me how she knows some people that does like video, like editing, messaging and stuff like that. And I'm like, okay, you're showing off today. Thank God for him. And all I could think about is where I spoke yesterday, where God is getting you ready. He will get you ready, and he will have things come in right when he need them to come in, when he has matured you enough. I wouldn't have been able to do this like last year, years before, because I would have been feeling like, oh, you trying to tell me what to do. And now it's like, no, yes, these people know more. They have more experience, and they're trying to open you up because they want to help in your development. So this is where we have to let guards down. And I thank God that he truly has like and worked in me for me to be like, okay, yes, I want to help. Because my old self would have been crying inside, like, yeah, I want to help, but I can't show you that I need to help, or be like, that vulnerability was something, man. And I thank God for him. Like, nope, get that off of you. You stepped out on faith. Now you didn't step, but now I didn't push you. So I'm just going to be obedient and do it. And I thank him for sending me all of the help he's been sending me lately. And I'm going to thank these people like, wait, hold up. You have time to do this? And like, that's not even it. I had another young lady come in, and it was difficult because I'm like, I want to work with, we got to get out of our heads of a traditional work setting. Like, oh, things have to be done like this, or, you know, I'm in And I will say, if I'm being honest, oh, well, I didn't want to offend nobody because we're different religions, different cultures, different, like, everything. But for this young lady to come in and to say, hey, I can help you, I know how to do this. My whole thing is like, God, please let it be where you're sending these people in for me. And I'm going to still sit in obedience and wait for him to tell me. But the fact that they just came up and she builds websites like this, she builds them up like that, and is willing to help me. But I have to be obedient because I don't want to step out on something. Because one thing I will tell you, how he talks to me, he will get back to me. He will. Now I know all of these things. So I don't have to, like, put anything into my head. I just sit and be still and just wait. Pump my own brakes. Like, I don't need to move. I can wait. I can be obedient. It's a great thing. I'm learning to be obedient. I mean, I swear, you ask God for one thing and he opens up the doorways to a lot of others. Because I'm like, God, humble me, humble me. Don't you know being humble is being obedient? It really is. They go together. So I am going to wait for more, and I'm going to make the progress that he's been doing in me by going to set up the business meetings with the people who's going to help me with all of the. I get on here and I shoot everything from my phone, my camera, everything that I bought did not work out and everything. But just to get the info from these people on how to broadcast differently, and you would have thought that that would have been just it right there. I have, I wouldn't even say I have. God has it where someone who I've known for years actually is in all kind of television, radio, everything. It's like, okay, just call me. This is where it's like, God, I trust you. We have to trust him in everything he does. I so want to tell you guys that we can't live worldly where we just want to hurry up and go. There is a difference, and I know now, of waiting on God and then him moving you. Not like I'm going to move and let God show up when he wants to. No. It's the opposite. God is going to keep on moving, and then he's going to tell you when to show up when he needs you to. It's like, okay, I got this. You sit still. You're going to be doing this until I show you what needs to, how you got to move differently in this area. And all I have been doing is coming on, doing my podcast, doing my videos, and then he started he started doing multiple things, because now they didn't opened up on pretty much all of my social media areas. He's been, like, opening up the stages for me. I got a speaking, like, appointment, basically, a speaking, like, I don't know. I have a good while to actually get everything together and talk more with God on it. But I truly believe it's something he wants me to do, because I end up going to this conference back in August. And I think I told you guys about it, Held to the Queens. And I wasn't going to speak. I was going just to sit there as a guest. It's one of my friends. She did it. She stepped out on faith and did it. And all I was going was just to say hi and say who I was and just, talk with everybody. Like, hey, this is me, blah, 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 blah. And it just ended up being something totally different. And she invited me to come back to be one of the speakers. So God will open up platforms that he needs you to be on. Now, so basically, I will say I am going to do it. But what I'm going to do now is ask God that you tell me what needs to be said. You come up out of me. You know, a lot has happened. You know, sometimes you don't even know how you actually encourage people. And I would say for myself, I didn't even know that I was encouraging people and going out there and speaking life into people, because how I was looking at it was me talking with you, was you actually speaking life into me. Your honesty was helping me to be honest. Your honesty was helping me to say, not let me, oh, run to your rescue to help, but oh, let me be a listening ear for you. Not even knowing that it was how they viewed it, where I was being their listening ear. And it got me to, okay, this is where I always say sharpeners. We have to learn how to be sharpened, because we are not the only ones out here. I'm not the only one out here in this, oh, I stepped out on Facebook, on faith, but what is going on? Lord, help me with this. I need encouragement. And it's like you stepped out on faith and you need encouragement. So that's why we all are here as helping hands. I thank God for him just opening, broadening my horizons, and just opening up atmospheres, not atmospheres for me, because it just been where everything has been open. And one thing I can truly say, this is all God. Look back at some of my beginning videos. I can't, my beginning journals they were all real. They all have something. I started getting, if I'm being honest here, I started like getting, like, why is nobody following me? Why is nobody subscribing? And then now I thank God for obedience, because I listened to him when he was like, is this about you or is this about me? And one, I truly believe he had me come off because I needed my soul fed more with the instructions. I needed my soul at peace. I needed my heart to really be fully open, and I needed to actually be fed. And I needed to be obedient. So when I came off that little bit of time, how about this? At first, I was like, but I gotta do this journal. It helps me. It helps. No, who am I to argue back with God? I know where, when I tell him no, what it will be. That will be me being foolish and being disobedient, and me losing myself and losing what I have already built in trust that I have in him. And then it opened up a lot, me being obedient, because it was like I truly heard God. Oh, let me word it like this, because I didn't hear him say it. But I truly had like these moments with him where it's like, God, I was talking to him and he was showing me how he trusts me with myself. Because I don't want to say I talked with him and he said something back to me. No, I talked with him and then he showed me how he trusts me with myself. And that's an amazing thing. Things will come up. Things will always kind of get in our way. But God wants to know, do you trust me? Will you be obedient? How willing are you to push past these obstacles? How willing are you to keep on just relying and trusting in me? You can do this. When I tell you, there was no way in what they say, God green's earth. Yeah, I don't quote me on it, but I did not know this was a possible thing for me to sit here now in peace, to sit here now and speak out, to be genuine. And I prayed this prayer, God, I want to have a genuine, unique relationship with you, not even knowing I have a unique relationship with him, because there's only one of me. One of me with him. One of me. Getting rid of just the overthinking. getting rid of all of the things that will hinder us. It's a process to it. Don't want it overnight, because that easy come, easy go. When you work hard for something and you are being faithful in it and you are being obedient in it, you treasure it more. You protect it more. You protect that core more, because you're not going to let anything, anyone, any situation come and knock you off. Faith is real. It is. It's a real thing. Don't let nobody tell you that it's not, that, oh, it's all imaginary. It's just something you believe in your head. Yes, a belief. The belief in him, and it's real. You believe in him and he does what he needs to do in you. I'm telling you, when he does it, it's no man can do it. No man can do it. I'm a witness of it. Not a spouse, not a child, not a friend. Only he can. And once you believe that he can do it, that's when the roles go into, he will have a human form come on the behalf of him. But like I said, the behalf of him. So it still is him. He's just letting these people come because they are the ones here to do his work. God will have people who you won't even believe. And it's like your enemies too at that. That will actually come when he needs them to come to help you along. That's what humility actually is. Because those who actually used to, what we say, backbite you and hinder your process and be all, against, everything, the discord and all of that, God is going to have it where them same people will be the people who help you in a process, because at the end of the day, it's not about you. It's about his will and what he needs done. And this is where the humility comes in. Just being, I'm sorry, my cat wants to come over. Humility, where we stay humble, where we stay loving. Don't I pray about that all the time for me. I pray about that all the time for me. And do that. Because there is going to be a time where you're going to be like, oh my goodness, this person is coming back. But God, thank you for giving me the love, the trust, the obedience to make sure I carry your will out. And you're going to have to work with him. I already know it. He didn't spoke to me about it. And you want to know something? I'm going to stay true with him, because he will guide me along every process he needs me to for it to be done, because it's not going to be about me. It's going to be about what he needs done. The end result. So I thank him. This is all maturity. God will mature you. I hope you guys are doing your I am who you say I am and write it all down and put as one of your M's, maturity. Because God will mature you. He will open you up. And I sit here sometimes myself amazed, like, God, this gotta be you. Because I didn't think that this was possible. I didn't think that I can have a calmness when everything is going all kind of crazy around me. I didn't know that I can have a closed mouth and an open heart. I didn't know that I can open up my ears and actually truly listen to people. Not just sit there and hear and be like shaking my head. But actually like, no. And to offer out, assistance, guidance, take the same thing back for myself. That's what communication and relationship is. God is opening you up. He is opening you up. Just be obedient. Just be in trust with him. He has you. Anything that's easy, I would say, really look at it. because the enemy has where he will have you thinking the easy come, you get it like this, you get it fast. But what he doesn't tell you is how fast it comes, is how fast it goes. You want things to take the time that God needs them to do, because while you are waiting, he is working. While you are waiting on him and he has you, I was caught up in one area of doing this and trusting God in that one area. And when I look back now as what he was doing, he was like, okay, I have you here doing this as I'm opening up more for you. God is amazing. I am going to meet with these people. I have to just make sure I get all the info, excuse me guys, that I need from them, and build the relationships for it to not just be that one moment, that it be continuous, that building relationships that will keep on growing and growing. So yeah, protect the core, y'all. Protect your core. Make sure, because like I told you, and I'm gonna explain, excuse me, the reason why I say that. Your core of your body allows you to be able to even move for anything, your legs, your hands, your back, everything. So you basically, when I say your everything, your core of what you allow in. You cannot let anything come in to make it decay. You can't have anything. So it's like your mind, basically, your core of everything should be where I put mine as my core of God. I can't afford to have overthinking, fear, doubt, loneliness. Because I ain't even gonna lie, loneliness is a real thing. God will have you by yourself when he needs you to. He needs you to be alone so that you can only be with him in his presence, so you can only hear. Because when he speaks to you, now my relationship is different, because he speaks to me, but not like every day. We don't have these full-fledged conversations. He comes up to me in other ways. However, I still need to be alone with what he needs done, because I can't afford to have any distractions. So I'm not really lonely because I have him. And how about I'm not even lonely because I'm building back relationships with my children. I'm building a relationship with myself I never even knew I had. Because we swear, oh, I got myself, I got my back and all that stuff. But really, I can honestly say, when I look back at pictures, when I look back at videos, when I just look back over my life period, I was hurt. I was hurt, mad, bitter, angry, frustrated. I felt used, abused. I felt all over the place. I felt nasty, dirty, like all over the place. And now the one thing I truly feel, and then it starts with this one and things get added and multiply into it, I feel loved from God, and I feel it from myself. So you can have it. And it starts with it. Because if you have love, and that's the first thing, and that's the first thing he wants from you, you'll multiply with more than the obedience, than the trust. Everything else keeps coming and coming and coming. For me, it started with love. Yours might start with something else. But I'm telling you, he has you. Don't be scared. So what? You may be the only one in your family right now that's building your relationship with Christ. It's okay. You need someone to talk to and have where it's like, I don't know what this is and going on with my life. I don't have anyone else to talk with. You can put your name in the comments, your info in the comments. If you need, if you have, because my channel isn't out there right now. It's a lot of you guys are my family and friends. And I do not, if you know me, I do not share info. I can mention a situation, but I will not mention names. That's not. I will not. I only mentioned my pastor name yesterday because he's a man of help. He's a man of, hey, yep, people want to come in, send them on in. Otherwise than that, nope. It is not my job to give out information. But I can give you personal information after talking with people to say, hey, you know, except for when it comes to counselors. I don't have to, check with them. That's what they're there for. Yep. So you need therapy, counselors, anything. If you're here locally, and how about this? I even have a person who's not locally, but I messed around and called places for where she lived to get assistance. When God tells me to do it and be a part of the kingdom, to go out there and help, I can't stay local for it. I may be here in Philly, but I thank goodness for Google. Because I went right on Google to get the information to call these people to make sure, like, look, while you doing things on your end, let me see what I can do over here. So you call these people, I'll call these people, and boom. That's what helping is. That's what being a part of the kingdom is. We all participate and we all help out. And he's growing us for that. He's growing us for his kingdom to do things. So I thank you guys. You guys have a great evening. I love you. Thank you guys so much for liking, commenting, sharing. And the sharing is something because I had somebody else who's a friend of a friend that yeah. Thank you guys. Yeah. So, yeah. You guys have a good one, because I don't want to get in. I want to give in no information and false information at that. No. So I thank you guys. This is where obedience to close your mouth comes into play. So I love you. You guys have a great evening. I hope you had a wonderful day, and I truly hope God is truly doing something amazing, which I know He is in your life. So you guys continue being blessed. Yeah, continue being blessed. Have a great one. Bye.